commit to building a safer, more resilient future for every Austinite. And let us honor those that we've lost and ensure that our city is better prepared for the next storm. So with that, it's my honor to present this proclamation to Jorge Morales, Director of our Watershed Protection Department. Be it known that whereas we remember the devastating flood that struck our community 10 years ago on May 25, 2015, and causing Barton, Bull, Little Walnut, Onion, Shoal, Waller, Walnut, and Williamson Creeks and Lady Bird Lake to leave their banks. And whereas floodwater closed approximately 50 roads, impacted at least 137 properties, and one individual lost their life here in Travis County, and whereas the Watershed Protection Department's mission is to protect lives, property, and the environment, and protect our community from the impacts of flood, erosion, and water pollution, and whereas Austin is committed to building a flood-resilient community through construction projects, regulations, education, and engagement, whereas over the last 10 years, Austin has undertaken flood mitigation projects, strengthened regulations, engaged with outreach efforts to enhance Austin's resiliency, and whereas we encourage Austinites to be weather ready and to visit atxfloodsafety.com, that's atxfloodsafety.com, for flood-related resources, including disaster-related mental health resources. Now, therefore, I, Vanessa Fuentes, Mayor Pro Tem, on behalf of the Mayor of City of Austin, do hereby proclaim May 25th, 2025 as 2015 Austin Flood Remembrance Day.
Thank you very much, Mayor. Thank you very much, Mayor Pro Tem, and everybody for being here. The 2015 Memorial Day flood was a defining moment and a call for action for the City of Austin and the Watershed Protection Department. It shows all of us the enormous impact floods can have for residents. It also showed how important it is for communities to address the risk of flooding. Since 2015, the Watershed Protection Department has accomplished many milestones that help safeguard our community. As you heard earlier, we have activated active capital improvement projects throughout the city in flood-prone areas. We have made upgrades to the flood early warning system, and as a reminder, that started after the 1981 floods that also happened Memorial Day that had devastating impact in our community. Last year, FEMA also upgraded the city's score in the community rating system, helping homeowners to save money on their home insurance premiums, now getting up to a 25% discount. And we have a pilot program, as Mayor Pro Tem said, that helps cover the cost of flood insurance that just got kicked off this year as well. The biggest lessons from 2015 is that the people need to be prepared. As you heard, if you want to get more information, please go to atxfloodsafety.com to find a number of resources that will help you before, during, and after a flood. We have come a long way since 2015, but we still have a long way to keep our city safe from flooding. Now I'm going to turn it over to Assistant Chief Tom Vokey with Austin Fire Department, who would like to say a few words.
Thank you. Tom Vokey, Assistant Chief, Austin Fire. Austin firefighters are trained to respond to fire and medical calls. That also includes still and swift water rescue calls. The historic floods Memorial Day in South Central Texas tested our entire community. Sudden large-scale emergencies like this historic flooding will always include tragedies, but they also set the stage for people to show their immense courage and compassion. We saw first responders, community members, in partnership perform selfless, heroic acts. Whether they knew their neighbors' names or were from a different zip code, they all combined to help the members of the community. What seemed like a regular rainy day turned into a scary day. Units began running water calls around 9 a.m. that morning. Water and flood-related calls started, but eventually turned into the units that we were working with being assigned to the Pleasant Valley area south of William Cannon. So we transitioned over to what we came to call Quicksilver Command, which is a common street down in that area. Over the next several hours, we rescued and evacuated many members from the neighborhood. We had been there in 2013 flooding, and so we were aware of what the level might look like. And so we worked really quickly to evacuate as many members of the community as we could. And so that was a very successful event. It was members of the community reaching out and helping their neighbors. Eventually, though, the wall of water did come, and it came very quickly. It was surprising to me, having been there in 2013, how quickly the area transitioned from folks scattered trying to evacuate to raging rivers down the middle of the street. And we ended up with, we had 27 firefighters working that area at the time. After the water came through, 24 of those firefighters were sheltering in place in high areas with members of the community for several hours waiting for the water to recede. And so as the water recedes, then we're able to, evacuate the rest of the folks. So for us, it was a harrowing experience. We had EMS along with us doing the evacuations, all of the folks in the neighborhood helping with the evacuations. And in the end, we were able to, rescue many people and make sure that folks were able to get things out of their homes that they needed. Because the things that go on beyond the life safety things is when you have your personal papers and all of the things you own in a house that's lost in a flooding, it's a big deal. And so we want to encourage everybody to be prepared to escape when you're notified. Pay attention to the notification systems and do what you can to work with your community to make sure that you're prepared and ready when we do have these events. That's all I got for right now. I'd like to turn it over to Kevin Parker, Assistant Chief with Austin Travis County EMS.
Good afternoon. Again, my name is Kevin Parker. I'm an Assistant Chief for Austin Travis County EMS, overseeing our operations sections. The Memorial Day floods of 2015 tried not only the city of Austin and Travis County, but the region as a whole. And the men and women of Austin Travis County EMS, the Austin Fire Department, in partnership with our colleagues in Homeland Security and Emergency Management and Watershed Protection, worked with the Flood Early Warning System to establish the Emergency Operations Center and to make sure that the rescuers with boats and equipment were there to not only preserve life, but also to preserve the sense of community that we have. After we ensured that the community was safe for Austin and Travis County, we continued by sending paramedic rescuers with Starflight out to Wimberley and to the outlying areas of the community. And so that shows we want not only the good neighbor policy for our citizens and for the people we serve here in Austin, but we also want to be good neighbors to our regional surrounding areas. And that's just one way that the city of Austin can contribute. And we've spent the last 10 years since those floods learning what went well, what we need to modify, and what we should discontinue to continue performing as our community expects when they least expect it to occur. So I thank you for the opportunity, Mayor Pro Tem. Thank you for the opportunity, Director Morales, and I'll turn it back over to Mayor Pro Tem Fuentes.
Thank you. I believe, make sure. All right. Well, thank you again. Just wanted to say that flood preparedness and flood mitigation is an issue that is top of mind for me as the representative of Southeast Austin. We had a $50 million FEMA grant that we just lost from the federal government that was critical in ensuring the safety of our infrastructure. And as you know, for us in Southeast, this is deeply personal, not only with the 2015 floods, but also with the 2013 floods. We've had hundreds of families displaced. We've lost lives. And we got to do more. And so I think we're also using this as a moment to reflect on how far we've come in our preparedness efforts as a city. We recognize there's a lot more that we need to be doing to prepare our families and to ensure that we're protecting our homes, our families, and our properties. But we're all committed in that. So I just really want to thank the City of Austin. I want to thank our Watershed Protection Department, our first responders for all of their hard work in ensuring the safety of our community. Any questions? All right. Thank you all so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Insurance project? I'm sorry?
Yes, how's it going?
It's doing pretty good. I have a whole
one pager on it.
Wait, were you supposed to go?
No. I just,
Too late now.
I came prepared in case there's a press
Look
first.
at this. Pothead, the best right here. Okay, let me see.
Yeah, so we've been active for 6 weeks. We have visited 300 homes. District 2
How you doing?
primary focus. Thank you for your partnership. We've verified 25 homes that are currently interested and appear to qualify. So the way we're going to do it is, if they are at a certain level below the MFI, we'll give them $1,000. So that's $25,000 that's already been sort of
We've already identified 25.
25 of them.
Amazing.
And then we're going to try to look at others too. So we're going to go with the residents. They have their own insurance carriers. So, but we've also DBCC has worked for
absolutely.
So the ones who do not have it, to see if they can provide insurance.
I started as an intern in '98, left after 2 years, came back in
So there are some policy oversights.
Thank you for being here,
That
sir.
we want to make sure that they stay
Then I left the public
insured,
works to help
there's a
build
co-payer
fire safety
status,
EMS.
and then so we're going to make